Rehab, well, rehab, it's such a loaded word. Rehab is, very often rehab is a hospital. Sometimes rehabs are less hospital-y, they're kind of more like like group living. But for the most part, rehabs are hospitals, and hospitals where people go, just as you would if you were in physical pain or physical distress, where people go when they're in mental distress.
Rehab is basically a more intensive form of support for people who might be struggling to manage their lives or their mental health in the community for a period of time, and essentially might need a bit of a break and might need more intensive care and support.
A certain idea that it's a place certain people go to, that we don't want to be one of them. And the reality is that it's actually a huge cross-section of society.
Really, it's an opportunity to focus on you and take away a lot of the extraneous stresses of life, the people, the pressures of work and family and just daily living. And it provides an opportunity for people to really step back from all of that and bring the focus back to them in a caring and supportive environment.
I have worked in many rehabs, and not one of them is like what I've seen on television. And so I think people get really frightened about the idea of rehab. And don't get me wrong, there are definitely rehabs that are a little scarier or a little kind of less supportive than others. But for the most part, rehabs are really wonderful places where you go to just get accelerated or more intensive care for what's going on.
It's for different kinds of issues. It's not always that kind of rock bottom last resort.
They can sort of be attached to hospital environments, or they can be more of a clinic-based approach. And usually in these places there are psychologists, therapists, social workers, occupational therapists, multidisciplinary kind of approach to care.
I describe them as a circuit breaker. It's somewhere you can go away from the difficulties of your life, away from your responsibilities, away from people who rely on you, take a break, reset, learn some skills. It's not like 12-step meetings you see in the movies where you have to stand up and say, "Hi, my name's Amber and I'm an alcoholic." For the most part, it's full of people who really care about your mental health and who want to see you doing okay. It's an opportunity for some people to review their medication, to have access to a psychiatrist. It's really useful if you need to see a psychiatrist so you don't have to sit on a wait list for 6 to 12 months. You can go into rehab and be seen by a psychiatrist. So there's some really great parts of going to rehab. And there's a real sense of community and solidarity of other people who understand what it's like, for you to be experiencing what you're experiencing. And for somebody who's never experienced mental health care, like good, robust mental health care before, it can be life-saving.